Good morning from Thailand, and I'm Gift Piada from Roong Aroon School. I'm a kindergarten teacher now, 8 years in Roong Aroon School, and I'm working in English program, in kindergarten English program in Roong Aroon School. I really enjoy to being a part of learning with the little young learner and also the teachers in Roong Aroon School. And nice to see you all.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fern, the little tree. And I'm a kindergarten teacher at Roong Aroon School, like Gift, and a coach for teachers. And what I'm doing now is trying to facilitate both the young learners and the teachers to have a value-based learning. That's what I'm doing now. And it's so nice, and it's my pleasure here today to join all of you guys. I also read maybe some of your story on Andrea pages. I'm not sure who's here that connect with her, and also willing to learn from you guys today as well.
Maybe we could do introductions with everyone, because every 2 weeks when we do this, we're not the same group, so we don't all know each other. I see a few familiar faces, and I'm happy to see people here. So I guess I'll start since I started that. I'm Robin Martin, and I work at Southern Oregon University in Ashland, Oregon. But I worked for 3 years at Roong Aroon, and I've just been back here in the States for a little less than a year, and it's nice to be back here working with students in Oregon. Should I pass the ball to someone? I see Lindsay, and I know Lindsay, so I'm going to pass it to you.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I am in my last term of undergrad at SOU. I'm majoring in Ed Studies, and then in summer I am starting the one-year MAT program to get my teaching license. I'm in Dr. Green's Human Development class this term, and him and Julissa were talking about this meeting today, and I'm very interested in both Roong Aroon School and holistic education, so I'm very excited to be here. I don't know if I know anyone else here, but Andrea, you're next on my screen.
So I was also a teacher at Roong Aroon School for 2 years with Fern Gift in kindergarten, and now Camden and I live in Carrollton, Georgia. And when we moved back to the States, before we settled here in Georgia, we did a little cross-country road trip exploring holistic, alternative, nature-based schools across the country. So I think that's what Fern was referring to as some of the people that we met along our journey. Oftentimes we invite them and are part of this group, but I actually don't think anyone here was from any of the schools we visited. But now we are settled here in Georgia and looking forward to starting our own program for early learners 3 to 6 years old. Let's pass it to Haley.
Hi, everybody. I'm Haley. I am a high school orchestra teacher in Western New York. And I have visited the Roong Aroon School the last time there was a conference, the Asia Pacific Network Holistic Education Conference. And I feel like I met some of you there. I teach high school, but I also teach early learners and adults also. I'm going to pass to Charles, please.
Thank you, Haley. Welcome, everybody. I'm a faculty member in the Faculty of Education at Simon Fraser University in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And we do a lot of work with holistic education. We have a graduate program in contemplative inquiry. I teach courses in curriculum, pedagogy, assessment, philosophy of education. It's great to be here. I'm very much looking, I have not been to the Roong Aroon School, and so I'm very much looking forward to learning more, and delighted to be here. Thank you all. And I will pass to Cheryl. And maybe Cheryl isn't there, so I will pass to Gwen. We done, Gwen?
Hi everyone, my name is Gwen. I apologize for my setting right now. I'm on the volleyball team at Southern Oregon University and we're driving back from our spring tournament that we just had. But I'm in Professor Green's class as well, the Human Development class with Lindsay. Currently I'm a communications major, but I have an education minor and I'm super interested to learn even more about the Room and learn you guys' holistic teaching style. I will pass to Kim or Cheryl, whichever one is ready, I guess.
Hi everyone, my name is Kim. I am actually an SOU alumni and graduated with my MAT at Southern Oregon University. Then I taught for 5 years in Colorado and then went to teach at Roong Aroon with Fern and Gift. And Gift and I were co-teachers. And then I've been back in my hometown of Colorado Springs for the last 2 years teaching ESL at the middle school level. I'm going back to elementary next year. Nice to meet everyone. I need to pass on to Cheryl if she's there. If not, I have Dr. Green on the screen. Dr. Green on there?
Well, I'm happy to speak. Some of you know I'm happy to speak too much, but it's really good to be here with you. And Fern and Gift, thank you for being part of this today. And I'm so looking forward to getting a good hit from Roong Aroon.
Thank you. Okay. Before we start, I would like to let all of you just back to check in with yourself by a little closing your eyes and take a short moment back to visit your mind and your body in a short moment. Thank you. Welcome back. Today, Fern and I will share our experience in Roong Aroon School. But before we start to share, we have one short video clip that tell about our school, our kindergarten story. And I'm not sure, Andrea, can you turn on the video clip for us? There's no voice.
Andrea, your computer might be muted. Maybe that's what you need to unmute.
Ah,
Yeah, let's try this, see if this works. That better? No.
no. I always have problem with the video clip. They don't, sometimes they not really show the sound.
Might be something.
When you shared the video, did you click the box that says share computer audio?
Oh, no.
Maybe
Let me go back.
not. So if we stop
Yes.
share, we're gonna share. Ah,
That's why I have the same problems. Thank you.
This fresh morning at Roong Aroon School, the bright children gradually arrive. The children are coming to do some fun things. In the kindergarten classrooms at Roong Aroon, the youngest, the middle child, and the oldest learn together in the structure of a mixed-age classroom. First of all is greeting the teachers and friends. We are happy to meet again. The teachers check hygiene daily and ask the students to wash their hands before entering the classroom. After we have finished is the time the students enjoy the most. Creative, independent play by themselves and with their friends, both in and out of the classroom. They learn from each other and develop physical strength. Discipline and responsibility are things the kindergarten students learn every day. Circle time activities begin learning in a cheerful way through song. Which is followed by prayers and meditation for peacefulness. For the imagination which is blossoming, the story which the students have been waiting for is starting. Stories with music enable the students to learn language, movement, and rhythm with the melody. Setting the table, being generous towards our friends. Today, we are going to learn about nature and science from the forest area of the school. Come and help cook our healthy lunch, and we can learn many things, including maths, science, and a variety of words. The youngest students and the middle children take a nap. As for the oldest children, the teacher has arranged activities for the afternoon for them to choose from according to their interests. Separating trash neatly encourages love for the environment. reflecting on the days learning together and leaving for home.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to
we can have a little reflection with the questions that, what did you see just with your eyes? What did you see from the video clip?
I saw, yeah. All right. I saw children involved in a variety of different activities. So a big range of things that their bodies were doing and that they were presented with in front of them.
I saw children encouraged to explore like how they can help with daily chores and tasks and cleanup and setup and food and cooperation.
Does anyone want to share what did you see more from the video?
I saw a lot of tasks that the children were entrusted to do that they definitely would not be in a typical American school, like cook like deep frying fish and things like that. That would not happen.
So maybe I can move to the second question about, and how do you feel? How do you feel after you watch this video?
I want to go to that school and be one of those children because I want to learn how to do those things.
Welcome. Very welcome. Ruby?
Yeah, I felt happy just seeing the children being active and engaged in so many different learning processes.
Yeah, I feel like it's really cool to see them like being able to like complete those daily tasks too, like the separating trash and like having like the meditation moment and stuff. It's awesome to see that that's being taught at such a young age to implement it in their like growth.
Yeah. That actually yesterday we talked together about like what is the topic that we want to share today. It just happened yesterday. But then what we recently understand more is our own way of life. Yeah. It's a new understanding from myself that we claim our school as a value-based learning, right? Like value-based learning, holistic education. And then it's kind of big word for even for me. So I try to understand more. And then now I understand what is value-based learning more from what we're doing, from what you share to me, that it's something that we keep doing it every day. The children and the teachers and the staff, everyone keep doing it every day, repeat it, we value this thing, and then it's turned to be something that is not difficult to start or do. Our community do it as a simple thing. It's strong enough and turned to be our way of life. It's turned to be way of life. Yeah, like you said, like learning from doing chores, live with the nature, mindfulness, meditation. And one thing that I want to spotlight is inner sight learning of our school. we luckily that we believe in humans' potential, right? We let them do it by themselves. But then we have another tools of inner side learning or self-reflection. So self-reflection is for me is like a powerful tool to know myself and let myself to understand my children and my teachers as well. Yeah. Like I just pop up in my mind even right now, like one story that is very impact for my life is like, as a teacher, we have a heart of the giver, right? All of you guys have a soul that want to give something good to others. But then sometimes I aware of myself that why I'm very suffer, why I'm giving a good thing to the teachers and my children. And then I aware that even a good thing, it can make me suffer as well. Like expectation, scare that they're gonna get the best, or pressure myself. So when I have a self-reflection and aware of my emotion, is really impact to myself that I can step back in the classroom, that I try to put a lot of things for my children, and then I can step back and then let them use their own potential. Yeah. That is one moment that I really it changed my attitude and the way that I'm being with my teachers and my students. Yes. And this is my way of life. Roong Aroon School. Yes. So maybe Gift can share more about what is her way of life that can transform herself at school.
Thank you, Fern. Yesterday, we talked about what is our way of life in Roong Aroon School. And we found that even when we walk into the supermarket, we can tell who is Roong Aroon School teachers because our outfit, we wear the clothes that easy to move and also in Thai style, which is not really suit for our weather. So we can see, oh, this is Roong Aroon teacher for sure. And we carry the water bottle everywhere, even we go outside school or the food container. And Fern said that, Gift, I always see you with the big basket to the school. I said, yes, because I don't want to use the plastic bag. So I carry the bag by myself, the big basket to put all the things in the basket. So this is our way of life. I'm not realize that this is me until Fern tell me. And I said, oh, actually it comes from living in Roong Aroon School. I keep catch little by little and changing me little by little from the old versions of me to be a little new version every day, a little by little. I remember that when I first come in Roong Aroon School, I'm very proud of myself because I'm a master degree student, just graduated with full of the knowledge in the young learner. So I'm very proud of myself. And I say that you don't know that, you don't know that, because I'm too proud of myself. Until one day I feel that, oh, I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't do many things in Roong Aroon School. And I feel that because I'm too proud of myself. So I'm block some good things that someone want to tell me on that moment. And here in Roong Aroon School, we do a lot of self-reflections until when I first come, I keep boring that why you ask again, how do I feel? Why you ask again, what do I learn all the time? But now that self-reflection being me, every day when I'm driving home, I do my self-reflections on that time. I'm asking myself what I did today. I do that thing with another children, and I feel this is just, I keep talk to myself and reflect myself every day, every night, and little by little is changing me from a person who want to manage others, some person who want to expect to others, a person who really rush to do everything because I want to reach to the goal, be transform me to be just being on that present moment. I used to tell Ajahn Prapapat, our school founder, that Ajahn, our routine is too tight. I don't like our schedule. It's too tight. I need to rush all the time. And she asked me one question that, who tell you to rush? And I stopped it. No one. I tell myself to rush on that moment. No one told me to, if you need to rush. No, I tell myself to rush. So I realized that I cannot really manage others if I cannot really manage myself. So I back to manage myself. I changed from a person who rushed every time to be taken at the moment. And it let me find my freedom because I can be anything. I can be good person. Also, I can be sometimes bad person. I can be structured person. Sometimes I can be unstructured person. So I feel very freedom. Nothing really frame on me anymore. I have to be did have to be there have to be good teachers. I no need to be good teachers. Sometimes I can be lazy teachers. Sometimes I can be many things. So I feel freedom when I found that moment in myself that I no need to be expect too much on myself. That's why I not expect too much on someone else too, on my students, on my teachers, on my colleague. And Roong Aroon School let me do the meditations, which is really surprised me a lot because it let me see many me in me, me in a different version, in different way. And when doing the chores or the tasks with the students, I always check in with myself. Do I being here on this moment? I like to wash the dish, and I wash the dish very fast because I want to finish it until I realize that it's not a good way that I'm rushed again to doing something else after washing the dishes. So when I noticed that, I back to really wash the dish. And I found the moment that why I'm the only one who washed the dish. Why not tell the student or ask the student who wants to join with me wash the big pot. I always want the kitchenware, the big pot, the pan. So I turn around to ask the student who wants to help me to wash the big pot and pan everything. And they really volunteer to help. So on that moment, from just only me to wash the dishes, turning to be the big project of the 3 or 4 students, help to do washing the dishes together, the big pot, the pan together. So when I lose myself, I can see the learning moment. Every single moment is valuable and meaningful for me and the students too. So when I noticed that, I want to share this to all of my colleagues. We just do the workshop in kindergarten school now, which is just like sharing workshop that what did you see, what did you learn? And I think this is another way of life in Roong Aroon School that when we realize something new and we would like to share to others with the discussions and workshops and active learning activities. And it's really transformed me from the older versions, teachers who really strict on the student, transform me to be open. Everything can happen. Every problem is a good moment of learning. From being perfect teachers that following the plan, following the expectation, transform to be everything can be learning. Every problems we do cooking project with the kindergarten, and they forgot to bring every ingredient to the school. And that is learning. I just asked them that, okay, what should we do? We don't have any lunch today. So what should we do? And they figure it out to borrow some ingredients from other classroom and try to create a small meal together. And that is a learning moment. So it's, how do you say, it's a miracle for me that I found myself, and it changed me a lot from this way of life in Roong Aroon School. And today, Fern and I have some questions, right, Fern?
Yes, yes. Like, but just one moment, like after I give share about the inner side learning, right? I see Lindsay Cat walking past you, right? And it's remind me of yesterday's circumstance gift that while we're planning about what we're gonna talk today, there is one big monitor lizard walk into our school, and he's sitting in front of the bathroom door, and one teacher cannot go out, like cannot go out of the bathroom. And it's really like flashback to like, oh, why everyone seems like this one is a normal thing that we experience this kind of thing a lot, right? So I feel like nature as our learning space as well. This is our way of life. Like it's uncontrollable, it's impermanence, and we have, I think it's trained our mind to be humble to the nature as well. Yeah, and one of our Roong Aroon character, like we change all the times. Like we ready to change the plans all the times, and that is one of our way of life as well. So I want to ask everyone here, maybe you can take your time to think about what you value and keep doing it every day. And what is your way of life? If you feel free, you can share to our friends. What is your way of life?
I'll share one thing because I was inspired from the video to mention this one, because you can see in the video some of the kindergarten students are cutting their milk cartons. And this was part of the daily routine in kindergarten, that after the children drank milk, they would cut their milk cartons. And if you've ever done it before, I'm not sure, but there's a whole technique to the way that you pop the sides, and then you fold it, and then you cut it, and then you rip it open, and then you wash the inside, and then you hang it to dry. And at the end of the week, you take it to the recycling center. And that was something I never knew how to do before being at Roong Aroon, and I still do it all the time. Whenever I have a milk carton, I still like, I don't even know if I'm recycling it necessarily the right way, but we do have a recycling center where we live, and we cut it and we bring it to the recycling center. And that was something that at Roong Aroon was really valued, was no waste. They had an amazing recycling center that the students were also a part of. And it's something I think I don't even notice, but it is something that I value because it's something I'm doing every day. And I've integrated it into my life as a result of my experience at the school. So valuing something as simple as a milk carton that I would normally throw away, the value of all these things and how they might be useful and can be recycled.
Thank you, Andrea.
for the question, what is your way of life? I often think of just a way of life that's about observing myself in each moment, whether it's driving my car to Medford or walking in the park or being with students. Just kind of this constant state of observation. And sometimes it might be noticing the breath, but sometimes what Gift said really resonated with me. Sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm lazy. And noticing all of that, it's just so important to who I am and my way of life. Yeah.
Well, like it's a little intentions to aware of yourself, Robin.
Yeah, I'll speak a little bit. Yeah, I really appreciate the question that you're bringing. It's a very meaningful, I think, special question, and I think it's one that I taught at Roong Aroon for 2 years, and when I left, I could feel the values of the school like still seeping into my being. And even when I was there, I didn't really recognize them necessarily. Even my style of teaching, like I started to teach in a way that seemed like the Roong Aroon way without anyone ever telling me how to teach. And that was weird. Because there was no instruction, there was no like, here's the technique. This is how you do it at Roong Aroon. This is how you create curriculum. This is how you lead a class. This is how you engage students. And I didn't know Thai. And most of the day it was, a foreign language around me. But I felt like I was just like learning, unconsciously, like just by being there in the presence of the other teachers, of the students. And yeah, I think that's one of my lessons too, is to trust that learning is always happening, and to trust that, my soul is getting the nourishment it needs in any given moment. Yeah, and I think that was one particular experience when, learning just seemed to be happening to me without any say of my own, really.
Thank you. Actually, given I experienced this one as well, like with the first question, what is our way of life? I cannot answer at first because it's what we get used to it and do it every day, and we never look back to ourselves like, oh, what is we doing every day, and value it. And then after we look back on an easy thing like recycling, cooking our own food, living with the nature, awareness, using wearing cotton fabric. So when it's come a lot by little thing, it can get into the deeper into the concept. Yeah. So I understand, Cam, that like when I was asked by this question, at first I was like, what is my way of life? Like I even don't know that.
And the reason that we share this topic to everyone, because we start to realize that when we know our way of life, we can create a clear concept of our school. That's why kindergarten school in Roong Aroon School, we have the big concept that little proactive citizens, because we hope that our students can be the active citizen in the next generations and be proactive citizens. So that's why all of the routine support that idea. And we create the way of life that support that idea. Let the student be a good thinker. They do learning by doing, and they reflect every day after they left school. We repeat that process to our students until when I saw my student, KG3 students, when they saw their friend fighting, they will walk to a friend. Okay, tell me what happened. they absorb that characters, that they not manage others, they not tell others to do anything, but they just be facilitator on that moment. Okay, what happened? Okay. And they try to eliminate friend with questions. And this is another thing that our school keep doing until it in every single teachers, that when we heard the student ask some questions, we always ask back the questions. We don't have any correct answer to the students, but let them be their own way to think and trust them that maybe it's not the right answer, but at least they try to find the answer by themselves. And this is little by little, it shapes to be like this. So we would like to inspire all of you that we believe that your way of life will value in something. And if you can find that secret in yourself, you can create anything that related and build a holistic learning by yourself in little by little. Like in our school, we value the nature, because we believe that the nature be the teachers too. The nature is always changing. The natures always have life. And even adults who walk into the school, we just do the field trip. Fern. Last week, we just do the field trip with teachers, walk far away from the school without plan, just start to walk out to the school to observe the community, the nearest community in the school. And they reflect a lot how they build their own senses by seeing, smelling, watching, learning from that moment. But when we walk back to the school and we see the front gate of the school, which is all of the forest and tree over there, everyone feel really happy that what, we're back to the school. It's because our school really cold in the forest. We sense the kindness feelings in our school, and everyone share that. So that is the concept of the school too. We would like everyone who visit our school feel that way, feel the kind from the nature, feel the moment that you walk past all the tree in our school. And this is the way of life, creative learning to everyone who visit the school. So that's why both of us would like to introduce the word way of life to everyone, because we believe that in your communities or in your school can have the meaningful value way of life to create the learning too. So how do you feel? I see a lot of sparkling eyes or nodding head or smile. So can you share a bit? How do you feel after you listen our conversations or reflections? Any feeling pop up in you?
I feel like I kind of need to slow down, because I really related to when you were saying that you were rushing a lot. I rush all the time. And I'm not sure it's actually necessary. But I was reflecting on my way of life in my classroom and like when I'm teaching. And it's almost like I have two different ways of life, one when I'm with children and one when I'm just by myself. And when I'm with children, it's my way of life is them. Like I want to make sure that I listen to them and I hear them and I love them and I'm there for them. But then when I'm not in front of children, I'm rushing. And so it's making me reflect on how I can maybe pay a little attention to my way of life, not just my teacher way of life, if that makes sense.
Thank you. When I'm rushed, when I'm rushed, I'm asking myself that why I need to rush. And I answer myself, because I think that if I finish this, I will be relaxed and feel happy after that, right? But on that rushing moment, I suffer already. I'm already suffer on rushing moment because my heart is beat so fast and it suffer. So I said, why I create suffer for myself on that moment to be relaxed on other moment. So that's why I release all the rushing, because I don't want to suffer on that moment in every day. Thank you. Any other feelings?
When you were talking about how you used to, like you were very proud of yourself and you were very stuck in like doing things one specific way, that speaks to me a lot because I'm very much a perfectionist and I like doing things one specific way. So that's definitely something that I know I'm going to be struggling with once I'm a teacher. So it's just really helpful to hear that there are people that have a similar like background or style that I do, but there is hope that I can like kind of relax a little bit and make sure that I'm just kind of going with what the children need rather than like what I want to be doing.
Thank you. It's difficult to really turn around and put away the expectations. It's really difficult. I take many years to accept that part of me, accept that I'm the high expectation person to myself and my students. And then freedom. I found freedom after that. Yes.
I think this has been delightful. Boy, you're just doing beautiful work there. That video was so beautiful, so delightful. I mean, in a nutshell, I saw a lot of happy children. And I think Camden, you made such an important point. It's trust. It all works on trust. If we trust our children, if we trust human beings, if we trust that human beings are learning creatures, I mean, that's what we do. Cognitive psychologists understand this. Learning is a fundamental part of the human experience. And so if we can just trust that the children are going to learn regardless of anything else, I think that makes such a difference, because then we don't have the pressure of all these expectations and so on. One of the things that I like to say to, I teach classes for teachers, and one of the things I like to say is reflect back on human history, where we didn't have formalized organizational education in the way that we do today. And yet throughout thousands of years across many, many different cultures, we produced incredible things. How did that happen? What were the processes? And I think a fundamental, Camden, again, you've really touched on something important, and that is that the trust. And the other thing that I think you guys have made so clear is having a really clear vision of what you're about individually and as a school makes the world of difference. That's where it all starts. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Hi. I was just listening to what you shared, and then, these words are seeping through me, and then reminded, oh my goodness, I did it again. That rushing part, even though, I talk about holistic education, contemplative practices, we still have that. I still have that, and then what is it that I'm, going through, the root of it? The more is better, get it done, more things to done. This is not enough, like how does that go if I follow that path and I'm aware of it, but I still do it? And then today I was just driving, and then, traffic jam started, and then, I couldn't get to where I needed to be by a certain time, and I got so frustrated. But then, like you said, can I really trust that moment of that, the rhythm of everything else, that it's going to be fine? But at that moment, you kind of lose it. And then, I'm stuck in this mode. I need to be there by 9 o'clock. Anything else is not acceptable. What kind of violence is that to me, right? And then the more and the more attitude. My husband is from Ukraine, so the family was evacuating, from Ukraine to here or different parts of Europe. But isn't that the same thing too? Want more land, want more of things. And then, so if we can come back to the moment, oh, wow, I'm so happy that I am with my parents-in-law here. Instead of, whoa, I wish they could have still lived there, the whole life needed to be, da, 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 da. But no, right this moment, I'm with them. And they're well, they're happy, and I'm well. So it comes down to that same thing, like I want more. I want to get more things done. Otherwise, I'm not enough. That is the cause of violence too, So what you are doing, or being rather, in school with children is just making the world so peaceful. And it's so challenging at this time in the modern world, unless you practice it every day. And what an amazing seed of peace that you are sharing that with children at your school. And that is the hope. So I really, really am grateful.
Thank you. I feel really good to being a part of the big communities that, and found that we still walking in the same journey outside, different places, and really appreciate Andrea that set up this meeting to us, that we can meet and find each other and sharing a lot of experiences together. And in our Roong Aroon School still welcome everyone to visit. If the situations is better, we would like to invite you to visit to our school and smell our forest and walk in our school and see our students and find your own peaceful from here and learning from here. Being here maybe you will learn another new things by being here. We would like to welcome everyone to join our school and visit our school. And Fern, do you have anything to share?
You. I feel happy and glad to see everyone's faces here. I feel like it's a comfort zone for me to share something that I'm passionate for, and also see friends that are in the same path. Yeah, I know that it's not easy to reach what we rush ourselves to be. Yeah, but that's so nice that even today I listened to your reflection and what you feel, what you learned today. It's really like made my day today. And it's not just come and visit us. Now we are open for, how to say that, we lack of teachers. So please feel free if you want to join our community as a kindergarten teacher. Yeah, we welcome. And if you have friends that interested in holistic school, want to work in Thailand with Roong Aroon, you can advertise for us. That would be so nice.
Now we expand a lot of English program, both in kindergarten and primary school, because when we create just the first start with full classroom, and we can see our little seed that grow up so fast, because the student who learn in bilingual class compared to just one language class is totally different of their way of thinking. So that's why we now to expand from 4, we hope that will expand to 6 classroom, and in primary will be a little bigger numbers. I cannot calculate now, bigger number than that. That's why we welcome our new teachers to join in our school, and we hope that we can help to plant a seed in everywhere. So when you come here, if you learn and get some of the ideas and back to your hometown and create the new school like Andrea, it will be wonderful for everyone. So that's why we welcome to be the learning place to everyone.
For you to have an experiment. We have that space. Very, very persuade. Huh? Okay. So thank you for today for joining us. Andrea, do you have anything to share or summarize?
I'm just super thankful to be able to, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, please go.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just super thankful to see that that's like happening and hear that alternate perspective of teaching as compared to like the education system that we have in the States. It's just very different. And it's really cool to see that like there is that variety in teaching and there is that holistic base in learning. It's super awesome to see, and it makes me want to visit and come and see that area and meet the kids. It's really cool.
Yes, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Fern and Gift, so much for facilitating this discussion. And yeah, they're just both my superheroes. So I'm, constantly in awe of these amazing educators, and they've been real role models for me. So I just learned something from you both every time you speak. And I see a few new faces to our group, which I'm thrilled to see all of you. And I'd love, if you are interested, you can share your email in the chat, and that way I can have your emails for future sessions and keep you up to date on what's going on with our virtual holistic education discussions. So far, we've got Paul Freeman, who's going to be speaking with us in June, but I'm still looking for more facilitators, and every 2 weeks gathering together with all of you whenever you're available to have these chats. So feel free to share your email if I don't already have it. And yeah, look forward to seeing you all very soon.
Andrea, who's facilitating in 2 weeks?
I don't have someone at this moment.
If anyone wants to volunteer right now, can. Yeah, otherwise I'm working on it, but or send me an email after this if you're interested. But yeah.
But if you don't get anyone, you can still facilitate. We'll still have.
Yeah, we'll just get together and talk about some great stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
That's true, Robin. Yeah, absolutely. We'll still meet in 2 weeks, regardless of if there's someone who is going to be directly responsible for facilitating. Thank you, everyone. So good to see you all.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you so much.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ